Hello and welcome to another episode of Innovate Her Women in Product, where I interview the women who are shaking up and changing the product landscape in innovative ways. Today, I'll be speaking with Sirisha Dinavahi. Sirisha is a results-driven product manager leader with a passion for creating highly effective products that deliver elusive aha moments in both B2B and B2C environments. With a proven track record of achieving tangible business outcomes, she has successfully led 5 teams to ensure on time product delivery, resulting in a 90% reduction in manual operation costs and a 5% increase in customer revenue. Known for her leadership skills, she fosters innovation and teamwork, empowering her teams through mentoring and coaching. Her commitment to excellence drives the successful delivery of products that consistently exceed customer expectations. Surisha, how are you doing today?
I'm well, Rebecca. Thanks for having me today.
Brilliant, brilliant. Where are you joining us from?
I am in New Delhi, India, and I know that you're from Scotland.
I am. I'm Canadian, but I live in Scotland now, so very big change of scenery for me.
Yeah, quite interesting to be so global these days.
It is. It is. It's a bit of a culture shock, but I feel like I've assimilated now. All right, so
Yeah,
let's
cool.
get into it. Could you share a bit about your journey of how you entered project management field?
Yeah, so sure. I think I would say mine is almost like a traditional route of getting into the product management. So I did my master's in computer science in University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So after computer science, it's very natural that I got into development, which is coding. And after a few years of coding, I basically noticed what the product managers that I worked with as a developer were doing, and it really appealed to me that I felt that the product management will actually suit me, just because the nature my nature by nature I am people person, and and I love working with stakeholders. The more stakeholders the better, because I feel that I can make that personal connection with teams. So when I saw that the product managers do all of those things, it kind of checked all my check boxes. So I then went about, this is something that I always say, right? You will not get something unless you ask for it. So I just kind of sent little feelers around that I'm looking at product management, and luckily we had an opening in our team, and then I moved to product management. So that's kind of something that I would like recommend for anyone, that within the company, if they want to transition from development or some other uh, field into product management, always the best thing is to just like kind of make your network known about it, so you kind of can then switch over. So that's my route to being a product manager. And I
Wow.
also say that yeah
Yeah.
so I also say that ever since I became a product manager, I have never had Monday morning blues.
Oh,
So I'm always, or Sunday evening blues. So so it's like with it's a very it's a role that really suits my personality, and I love it.
I like that. Asking for that opportunity. That's really brilliant. What are some unique perspectives or experiences you believe that women bring to product management roles?
Yeah, so I wanted to, take some time to, explain the how the some of the skills that that women bring. These are like soft skills. Of course, women are very competent in the technical part of it, but there are some soft skills that they bring to the table, like empathy. Obviously, empathy is it's a largely a feminine characteristic, and while it is a soft skill, it also promotes cooperation and commitment in the workplace. Then the second characteristic I would say is humility. So women don't go around, I think, tooting their own horn. So when by being humble, leaders when things go wrong, leaders can admit their mistakes, because you are kind of humble, and you don't mind taking the responsibility of a failure, and that helps your teams think that it is okay to be human and make mistakes, right?
Mm,
Then persuasiveness, right? So women generally are, kind of believe in the idea that they are presenting to stakeholders, and because of that it is easier to persuade your teams and get behind their idea. And the other one is the last one, I would say, is resilience. So resilience in the sense that women tend to bounce back faster than men in an adverse situation. So these are I mean, I absolutely agree with the soft skills nowadays. Soft skills are becoming more and more important, not just the technical competence. So I think these four together really uh, we put women in an advantage and at an advantage, and they can make an impact in their teams.
It's very exciting to see how women are changing the industry going forward. In your opinion, what are some of the challenges that women are faced in the product sphere?
Yeah, so uh, just this one, just give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
So the some of the challenges that women are facing is, the first one I would say, is underrepresentation in leadership roles. So women are, I mean, while it has changed quite a bit, but still I think the women are in minority in leadership roles, and because of this, they don't get into positions that are have decision making power. So, again, another big challenge is bias and stereotyping. So, women, they are perceived to be less competent, I don't know why, or less capable of handling strategic decision making roles in product management. It is just that bias that, somehow women cannot handle the decision making roles. The other one is work life balance expectations. So women are stereotyped to be responsible for family, and because of which it can hinder their career development. And the other one is lack of visibility and networking opportunities. So networking usually tends to be male dominated, and women are probably shy to participate, and they hence miss out on career advancing projects or showcase their work. The other one of the other challenges is pay inequity. So this we already know. It's a very known phenomena that women get paid less than their male counterparts. And there is somehow a confidence gap in women. Women tend to be less confident in asking for promotions or voicing their opinions in meetings. So that obviously, this is one of the challenges. But like I said, things are changing quite a bit. So hopefully we can expect something, some of this, these points I made will become obsolete soon.
Fingers crossed. I think we're headed in the right direction, and I think it's women like yourself that are leading the way. Could you discuss any of your specific projects or any initiatives that you've led in your career that you're really proud of?
So I had to develop in my current role a fraud prevention strategy, or a fraud prevention, initiative. So I'm in a travel tech company right now, and we need to screen every booking to make sure that it's not a fraudulent. Some fraudster is trying to get in to make bookings for themselves. So this is project is especially special to me because we were getting the fraud prevention from Expedia, and then when we left Expedia, we had to do our own fraud prevention. And this project, there was really nothing written down. Nobody knew what fraud was because Expedia was handling for us, and so nobody really. It was a black box. And then from my company's side, they had really no clue about what fraud prevention is. So it's a project that I took on, and came up with how we can do a vendor evaluation. We wanted to go third party route of getting a vendor, so I did vendor comparison and comparison, 5 or 6 vendors. I spoke to everything on my own. Right, this was something not really led by management closely, like working with me. This was all me, left almost unsupervised. So I was able to do that. I was able to then even while comparing the vendors, I kind of tried understood how we want the fraud engine to be. So we wanted ML based engine, not just rules based, because rules based can be very simplistic. So I did that, and then also So the entire process from start to finish is something that I defined, and also we onboarded a fraud ops desk that was going to take care of canceling the fraudulent transactions, which is again a very new thing for me. So I helped set the whole thing up, and so it was just a project that nobody was guiding me, and I was doing on my own. Hence and of course we successfully launched it, and it's working well right now. So it just uh, gave me that kind of decision making power for this project, and that's why I find it very very fulfilling, this particular project.
Were you afraid when you took on a project like this, or were you just ready to go and ready to get your hands
Yeah,
dirty with it?
I was ready to go. I don't know why I was not nervous. Actually, I should have been, but somehow I felt that there are some projects that just you can intuitively connect to the project, so then immediately you can take off. So that this project is like that for me.
That's amazing. What advice would you give to young women aspiring to enter or advance in the product management field?
I think the best advice I can give is to for women especially is to be themselves, true to them, true to their their values, because there is a lot of occasions in your career that kind of threaten your own individuality. So, but I think it's important that you are be yourself rather than just fitting into a mold that the that everybody wants you to be in. So that is something I would like to say. And I wish I knew about this early in my career. I could have done maybe better, but I think this anybody listening to this, I hope that it kind of is becomes an aha thing, that okay, we need to be ourselves in any of the situations.
And were these lessons something you learned with a mentor or just something you experienced yourself?
So I would not say that I had only one mentor. I think I had multiple mentors, and through them and also through self exploration, I realized that you cannot be something that you're not. And this is not just in personal life, right? In professional life also, it matters. So, and then standing up for your own values actually gives kind of also makes other people respect you. If you are just saying yes, if it's like you're a yes man or something, people can see through it, right? So
Absolutely. How do you foster inclusivity and diversity within your own product teams? And why do you think it's essential to do this and then drive innovation in today's market?
yeah, so it's a key. Obviously, if just everybody is a male in a team, I think they are missing half of the population, right? Literally. So I think any projects on which men and women collaborate, it increases the range of perspectives and enabling more empathetic, inclusive solutions, right? So women often bring the understanding of user needs, like we talked about empathy and humility, and those kind of user, they are able to get to the user needs much more intuitively, and tend to focus on long term sustainable outcomes. It also, I mean, risk management nowadays is very very important, so it also enhances risk management, because diverse teams are more likely to consider the social, ethical and operational implications of decisions, leading to more well-rounded solutions. The idea is that if we basically combine the perspectives of men and women, that leads to better products and better also with better risk management. So that is what I think, that's what the women bring to the table.
So much. I'm so excited for women to really push their ideas forward and not only like find that 50-50 balance, but to embrace the women and build products that we sorely need. Can you share any tactics yeah, or strategies that you have found in balancing your career along with project management and other aspects of your life?
Yeah, so this is actually a very, very critical thing that people need to understand, right? There is as much pressure on in your life, and as much as it is in your work. So it's very important that you should be able to balance it. You first of all need to set some career goals, like maybe for from 5 years. Maybe you don't need to set career goals for life, but 5 years from now I want to be this. That helps you then focus on working in one direction rather than working in 5 6 different directions, which will automatically mean that you are working smart, not working hard. So that is one thing. Then also, you're a PM, so use your PM skills to prioritize your own work, right? So you basically decide among all of the things that you have, that what are the higher priority and high impact items, and what are the lower impact items, so that you can get the higher impact ones out of the way. And again, this is all time management, right? So this will actually help you focus on the high impact items, and then the rest, you can do it at your own pace. And then time blocking and boundaries, this is very very important. We tend to, I myself sometimes tend to drift off during the work time, and then end up sitting late in the night to finish things. So this is very key, that you have to have some time management, whether it is a calendar, whether it is some other software that you're using, that you should set those boundaries, saying personal time is personal, and work time is work. And we have to leverage delegation, right? Whether it is at home in your life as well as work, you need to understand how to use the other resources so that you can delegate and not end up doing everything on your own. So that is very important. And practice mindfulness and stress management. Of course, we know that you have to either exercise or meditate or something like that to center yourself every time you are like going off track. So that is a key. And also you have to, you should be smart about asking your family for help, or telling them telling them how they can help you in reaching your goals. So you have to basically utilize all of the people around you to be able to achieve what you want. And also another important thing is that you should seek for mentorship, like mentors, because once you are talking to your mentor, someone who can guide you through the career, you automatically tend to work less and have more personal time. So these are some of the tricks that that you should use, or not even tricks, like some of the good practices that you can have in your at your work.
What do you think are the most or transferable skills from your personal life that makes for a good PM?
That is like, I mean, I have three children. Okay, the time, what the effort takes in managing the three children and their tasks, I think, is like managing a team. So I always say that I should just be promoted to VP, just because I take care of three children. So
Manage the
I
kids.
think it's, yeah, that is one. Actually, it is, really sometimes your team needs as much attention and as much nurturing, right, as you would do with the children. So parenthood, I would say, the lessons of parenthood are something that I can transfer to my PM job.
Wow, that's fantastic. Never would have equated the two, but it makes so much sense. What are some
Yeah,
trends or
yes.
developments that you see shaping the future of product management?
Yeah, so I think, like we talked, right, there is a lot of talk about D and I in every organization. So that basically the idea is to build diverse teams and never make anyone feel small, whichever background they come from, right? So because of this, I think women, it will definitely, this kind of trend will go in favor of women, basically. And we also have the hybrid work and work from home, and this kind of stuff is actually helping women, also helping women in maintaining some work life balance, instead of like wasting a lot of time in the commute. So basically this is also a trend that is going to benefit women. Also, we talked about the qualities like empathy and humility. So more and more people are realizing that a product management job does not include only technical, knowledge, but also soft skills are as important. And the more they realize, the more they feel that women will bring these to the table. So that is something, that increased emphasis on soft skills is going to help women in the positive way. And also, also these days, it is not just features, but ethical features and moral, ethical, sorry, okay, something popped up on my computer. Close. Yeah, it's closed. Okay, sorry. Then, and there is a lot of emphasis on human-centered design and ethical product development. Again, because how women are made, there is definitely, uh, this kind of okay, sorry, last human-centered design and ethical product development. Okay, or maybe I can just skip this and go to the next one. And more and more women's are
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So sorry, I'll start again. So more and
yeah.
more,
We'll move on to the next one.
yeah. Uh, More and more women are,
Um,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna ask, how do you approach decision making and problem solving within your role, and how does gender diversity influence these processes?
So, gender diversity, in my experience, enriches this process of problem solving, right? When men and women collaborate, it broadens the range of perspectives, enables more empathetic and inclusive solutions. So, women often bring a nuanced understanding of user needs and tend to focus on long term sustainable outcomes. The diversity challenge is groupthink, encouraging innovation by fostering open dialogue and consideration of different viewpoints. It also enhances risk management as diverse teams are more likely to consider the social, ethical, and operational implications of decisions.
Yeah. Could you share a memorable success story or moment from your career that highlights the impact of women leadership?
Yeah, a couple of times in my career, I had an all women crew in the meetings. So I kind of recognized that, and we like applauded ourselves before the start of the meeting. So that is when I feel very empowered and also very hopeful of our future, that women are going to be in all kinds of roles at all levels. So that would, I would say, are some sweet moments that I felt the women empowerment.
And we kind of talked about mentorship before. Were all of your mentors female or were they a mix?
Mix mix. So like I said, like we are saying that it is not just women empowerment doesn't mean that only you work with women, right? The idea is to be able to work with men side by side. So I would say, in fact, the diversity also helps me having female mentors as well as the male mentors.
Fantastic. And lastly, how do you see the role of women evolving in the product management field? And what steps do you think individuals can take to foster greater gender equality?
Yeah, so we will see more and more women in representing leadership roles, from directors of product, VP of product, or even chief product officer. And then a lot of focus will go into focusing on empathy and collaboration. And women tend to bring diverse perspectives to product design, and we are going to have more and more support networks and mentorship within the women community. So that basically, so like you said, right, whether if I have women mentors, that actually brings one type of perspective, and if I have a male male mentor, that brings again a different type of mentorship. So it is important that there are more and more women supported networks and mentorship. And then like I said, support networks and mentorship is important. And then challenges and opportunities for growth. While the representation of women is improving, challenges such as unconscious bias, underrepresentation in senior roles, and wage gaps still exist. However, companies that prioritize diversity are working to address these issues by implementing policies around equal pay, entrepreneurship, and innovation. So we know that many women are in product management, are becoming entrepreneurs. So there should be enough resources for them to be able to fulfill their dreams of entrepreneurship and innovation. And shaping the future of work, as the product management field becomes more flexible with remote work and hybrid models gaining popularity, women are finding more opportunities to balance work and personal responsibilities. This shift is making it easier for women to thrive in product management roles without having to choose between career and family. So that brings me to the end of the answer here for this question, Rebecca.
Amazing. I just have one more question for you off the top of my head. What projects are you working on right now that you would like to share with us, or any accomplishments you've recently had that you can toot your own horn?
Yeah, so I would say one of the things that one of the projects that I did was, in fact, kind of medium-sized projects I would like to, highlight. The first one is the multi-factor authentication for our website Agencia. So agencia.com, when the users, when the users log in, you want to also have a second, way of authenticating them, which means that you get an OTP. I think all of us have uh, experienced multi-factor authentication many times. Many of the websites, you just first put in your username and password, and then it also takes you to second factor where you enter another OTP, and then finally you are authenticated into the app. So this is something that we kind of my company wanted to do for a long time, but somehow it kept getting deprioritized. But then recently we made it a priority because we were having a lot of fraud in our not a lot of fraud, we had fraud in on our website. So we wanted to add multi-factor authentication so that the security that much better. So this is a project that I feel proud of, is because again, it was one of the projects that people before me could not do, but then I was able to somehow uh, somehow nicely kind of figure out the scope so that it doesn't become a very big project. And basically I simplified and simplified and simplified, because I feel like that is the way, as a product manager, you should simplify, 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 right? So I simplified it enough that we created it in a way that we will not be needing a lot of support, because GCO, customer service is a cost, right? So and also the feature worked very well as a UI. Also, we kind of kept it very intuitive. So I think because of it, basically narrowing the scope and simplifying it, then well executed, implementation, and then third is reducing the costs of support instead of increasing them. So this is the three reasons why I'm proud of this project. And I will say the last one. It is pushing password policy, uh, updating the password policy of everyone that uses my website. This is something again was considered very challenging, because if we change the password policy, there is a possibility that all the users could complain that why is this password policy suddenly changed. But still, I kind of took a stand on it, saying that, see, the modern new updated policies say that you should have at least 10 characters in the password and things like that, right? So I kind of found some guidelines from security organizations and what they are recommending as password policy. And I basically took a stand saying that we are going to have all users switch to this password policy, be confident in the changes that you're making, and and not say that, or not get afraid of the users, that, oh, what if the users don't like it and things like that. So I think that project also I like because of the stand I took, and I implemented it in a way that no customer complaints at all for the passport policy rollout.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on these amazing, successful projects that you have led. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to speak with me, and all the amazing women who are listening to this will absolutely be inspired.